What is up, you fantastic weirdos? Welcome to the Weirdoverse. I'm your host, JD Ross, and you are tuned into Weird Wide. We've got another Weird News Roundup for you today, so let me not waste any more time. Please welcome Natalie Katona. Natalie!
Hi, everybody. Hello, weirdos.
Oh, I love it. It feels like we're missing somebody, though. Like, this is usually a three-person thing.
Yeah, it just feels like the room is smaller in the Zoom verse.
Yeah, and I don't know what could it be? Are we missing somebody? We're totally missing the ghost, aren't we?
Oh, we're missing the ghost.
The ghost.
Where's Ghost?
That's right. You know what? This is only the second thing. I'm like, we're being meta as fuck too. Like, we're literally just like we always do this. Literally the second time we've done the Weird News Roundup. Fucking Ghost couldn't make it tonight. We wanted to, like, have a little shout out to the ghost though. We miss him. We wish he could have been here. But here's the thing: is the reason the ghost is not here is because the ghost is just fucking made up. He's not even real.
I mean, now that you say that, I realize that I've never seen the ghost unless we're on Zoom.
That's right. Have you ever seen him any other time?
No.
Not once. That's right. Because I made him up. He's an AI robot situation. He's as real as Larry.
Not Larry. You can't be giving the AIs our jobs.
Also, I just want to point out that I'm absolutely real, so you can stop spreading bullshit lies about me.
I believe in you, Larry.
Thank you, Natalie. That's why you're one of my favorites.
All right, enough of that. So, all right, I'm feeling good. I'm back. My last episode I recorded, I was not feeling well, so I had like the Barry White voice going on a little bit, and I feel like I'm a lot peppier since then. So it feels really good to be recording. How you doing today?
I'm doing better. My cat has stopped having panic attacks that result in violence.
I was gonna say that was a whole scenario you were dealing with.
It was a whole week of my life just being afraid of my own pet.
And Penelope, honestly, I feel like I could take her in a fight. Like, she looks like, I don't know.
She's so fast though.
Is she faster than she looks like?
Yeah, she goes straight from princess to the streets, and then there's no stopping her.
Wow. Well, good for her. Good for Penelope.
Good for her. Multifaceted.
She's a strong woman. And we love Penelope. So let's get right into it. We are here with another Weird News Roundup, and we are bringing just the weirdest fucking news that we could possibly find. So, Natalie, ladies first. Start us off here. What we got?
So there's this woman in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote this children's book to help her children cope with their father's death. And she published it. She put it out to print because, kids be dealing with death.
Right.
And then she was charged with his murder.
What?
Could you imagine? Number one.
So she writes an entire book solely based on like helping people move on. Honestly, like, who better to write the book?
Honestly, and like, what a long con. It's like, I'm going to kill him. I'm then going to write the next Newbery Prize winning children's book. And I'm going to get rich off of my murder.
Honestly, like, we're not advocating for murder, but like, honestly, that's a pretty good fucking hustle. I'm not going to lie. That's a good hustle. Like, that's better than life insurance, which I'm sure she got to pay out too.
Oh, yeah. She apparently spiked her husband's drink with 5 times the lethal dose of fentanyl. Man, fentanyl, it's everywhere.
Fentanyl, man. Like, this is like a suburban mom getting fentanyl.
And then she was like, then she called the EMTs and she's like, I don't know what's happening. My husband couldn't handle his fentanyl and he's unresponsive.
Couldn't handle his fentanyl.
Honestly, like, this tracks for me because I'm always telling people, like, are you in a hairy situation? You better know how to poison someone.
I mean, I would say it's among the better ways to do it. It's not nearly as messy, but like, you got to be careful with that too, because like, they can definitely trace a lot of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, clearly they figured it out.
Yeah, clearly.
Dude, she poisoned her husband and then went to soothe her children to sleep, probably with the first draft of this book.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is she had a head start.
Oh, the article doesn't I thought that it did list the book, and that's why. Oh, wait, I just have to. Are you with me?
Are you with me? Okay.
A picture book she wrote to help children cope after the death of a loved one.
Okay, hold on. Now, are you with me? Now, that sets a tone for like, you know how like you've got your best friend who is supposed to be the one that will help you like move a body.
Yes.
Are you with me?
Are you with me?
That was a meta outreach to that person that's like not getting pinched over this, I bet. Someone helped her.
Yeah, I had to. Well, someone sold her the fentanyl.
Yeah. I don't even know if I could get fentanyl if I tried.
Right. You can't just Google like where do I buy fentanyl?
Yeah, because then like you're on the grid. Then that's how Casey Anthony got like a lot of her evidence.
Right. And then they'll just stop giving you your antidepressants at the Meijer. They're like, no, bitch, we don't know what you're doing with all that fentanyl you're Googling.
Yeah, like you're clearly like there's something going on with you. You're either looking to get even with somebody or you think fentanyl might be a good idea, which either way, not a good idea.
Yeah. So everyone just remember fentanyl kills, and it'll even kill your husband if you're in a bind.
Make it look like an accident. Don't make it look like a poisoning. Poisoning is too easy.
At least make it look like he was some sort of addict and he got bad drugs.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing is like I'm not even gonna totally fault her because like I don't know the situation. Like, I don't know. I mean, like she shouldn't kill, but like what led to it though?
Right.
Like, I mean, like you literally run a misogyny-based podcast, so like there's got to be the part of you that's like looking on the one side of like okay, well, like was homegirl a little
right? Yeah, like clearly I'm on her side usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really doesn't give a reason as to maybe she just really wanted a book deal. Maybe she had already written the book and publishing companies weren't answering her emails and she went, I know. I'll murder my husband.
That'll get the buzz that I need to
get
this. You know what? Honestly, I mean that's fucking terrifying. So if you got a writer at home, everybody, watch out. They might be plotting on you because that book deal is sweet.
Yeah.
Man, we are just right off the bat with murder. Well, let's keep it on the death train then here. So
please do.
Did you hear about, and actually for this, I got to give a shout out to a longtime listener, Adriana. She's been an OG listener since Going Hollywood. She runs an Arby's. That's why this is relevant to her. But they found a dead body in an Arby's, not her Arby's, but an Arby's in Louisiana. They found a dead body in the freezer.
Of course they did. It's Louisiana.
Exactly. Like this is the same state that was like literally just recently they found a guy who had like OD'd and they found him like someone had rolled him up in like a tarp and just put him somewhere. They were just like, oh, that don't know that our problem right there. That's gonna be we're just roll him up.
You can't don't want disrespectful now. You can't just put the body in the backyard and wait. It's too hot in Louisiana. It's gonna smell. It had to go in the Arby's freezer.
So, okay, so like they have the meats in that freezer, in that particular Arby's. Police said that it was suspicious circumstances, but they don't necessarily suspect foul play.
No,
like, what do you mean you don't suspect foul play? Like, bitch is dead in the freezer.
So you're the midnight manager at the Arby's.
Yeah.
Customer comes in for an orange creamsicle shake. That's what I'm going to Arby's for.
I'm going for the triple stacker thing with all the roast beefs.
Damn.
I want that roast beast. Yeah, horsey sauce on there. That's where I'm going.
And your customer drops dead.
Uh-huh.
But it's like 5 minutes to closing time.
Okay.
I'm not staying on the clock to deal with this.
That's true, because like if you make that call, you are gonna be stuck there. And like we all know what it's like to be at the end of a long shift.
I got plans. I got things to do.
Even if those plans are literally just going home and sitting on my ass and watching a movie, I've got plans. Okay. And that actually, your theory makes actually a lot more sense because the person they found in the freezer was actually the manager.
Oh yeah, if it's my petty ass manager dropping dead at the end of a shift, I'm gonna be like, see ya.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to be
Yeah. Have you worked in fast food before?
McDonald's.
Okay. So you know exactly who the manager is, and I'm not trying to disparage the dead here, but like we all know sometimes fast food managers can be rough around the edges. I've
Just
had my share of totally shitty managers. Adriana, I totally gave a shout out to Adriana, and she's a fast food manager. So my bad.
no, she's the best.
You're one of the cool ones. You're one of the cool.
She's gonna send me coupons for
That's right.
creamsicle shakes.
That's right.
That's what's
But,
gonna
like,
happen.
But there's always a Karen. There's always like, I think I had one named Brenda one time. Like that's what I'm picturing is like
Yeah.
a Brenda.
Yeah.
So like you're heading towards the end of the shift, and you've got the shitty manager. Okay,
Mhm.
Brenda has just been riding you all night, and then like you said, 5 minutes to closing, nobody else around. She drops dead. It's just you
Aneurysm.
and aneurysm just pops and she falls, and then it's literally just you, her, and the other person that you work with who like you're cool with. I'm wondering if like maybe it would be like, whoa,
You and
What if-
I would definitely look at one another and be like, this is gonna be like 3 hours at min.
at minimum.
Yeah. And we would
And
put
then you gotta
her
be back
in
the
the
next day. Like there's
Yeah.
no getting out of your next shift.
correct.
They don't give a fuck that somebody died on your watch. Like, you got to be there for the next shift.
Do you think they closed down that Arby's because they found a fucking dead body in the freezer?
Absolutely not. I guarantee you that thing was hopping at lunch. I guarantee you they're not going to stop people from getting their roast beef sliders.
Do you think that you were cut a break on the 37 seconds you have to get a car out of the drive-thru? No.
Absolutely not. People need their curly fries. Like this
This
is
is-
serious business.
This is
Time
fast
is
food,
money.
baby.
That's
This is
right.
fast food.
That's right. This is fucking fast food. Like, yeah, we can't just, So no, absolutely. No, I like that theory. That's what I'm going with. And I'm thinking it was the shitty manager.
Yeah. My other theory, cultists
Okay. Now
needed a ritual sacrifice.
Now it's Louisiana, and they are all about that stuff. And you know what? Honestly, they're getting worked up into another satanic panic anyway. So like, I would not surprise me if a cop was literally like, well, this looks like the work of Satan down here.
Yeah.
There's a
Exactly.
Satan if I've ever seen it.
It was cultists, much like the cultist who dumped all that spaghetti in New Jersey.
Now that was incredible. Like, how much spaghetti was that?
Oh, well, I have it pulled up right here because it is one of my news stories.
It's amazing.
Hundreds of pounds. Hundreds of pounds of pasta. Do you know? So
Like pounds of pasta.
and it was
So-
wet pasta.
Yeah, it was cooked. So, because
Yeah.
I remember seeing this story. So, like, okay, if you take a whole box, just one box of pasta, and you cook that up, that's not even going to be like, I mean, at maximum, that's going to be maybe a half a pound.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, have you ever been drunk at the end of a summer day
Yeah.
at a friend's house? You've been to every festival in town, and the only thing that the two of you can put your heads together to make is a box of spaghetti.
Yes.
But you're like, oh wait, there's two of us. We should make 2 boxes of spaghetti. And then
Right.
you're
Because
looking
you're
at
starving.
right. And you're just like, this is so much spaghetti. Like a box of spaghetti could feed 60 people.
Yeah. Legitimately. Because, like, I think the pasta is magic, I think.
Yeah.
Because
It's
it just expands, which I don't
Yeah.
understand. I don't understand the science behind it all. But
It's witchcraft. Like
it's witchcraft.
soup. Like soup.
Legitimately witchcraft soup. It's like it's a low level spell that everybody can do. Legitimately. So like we're talking so many boxes, like an unfathomable amount of boxes. Who did this? Why did they do this?
My favorite part is that this area of New Jersey became obsessed. Like, who is the spaghetti monster? Who dropped the spaghetti in the woods? How is this happening? And finally, the authorities just came out and said, we don't care. We do not care.
They're like, we are dealing with murder and civil unrest.
This is New Jersey.
This
Okay.
looks like I don't get like you just know this detective was just like chain smoking a cigarette. He had a flask in his fucking pocket, and he is just out there like, I don't give a fuck about the spaghetti. I don't care. I don't care if some kids did it. I don't care. I don't care if my mama did it. Like, he's just
Gina?
like, done.
Gina, we're not taking any more calls about the spaghetti, not about the noodles.
If they talk about the noodles again, you hang up on them. You tell them to go fuck themselves and hang up.
And like, they're like, we cleaned it up. We cleaned up the 500 pounds of pasta. Go away.
The best part about this, though, is like they legitimately did a Spinal Tap line. Like the one line from Spinal Tap, like the police said it was best left unsolved. They were literally like, we don't think this is worth our manpower and frankly your tax dollars, so we're gonna say fuck this.
Yeah, I'm saying witches.
Is that what we're just gonna go back to every time? Like if there's no explanation, it's just witches.
Yeah, my people
Witchery.
have nothing but time and nothing but hobbies.
Dude,
so
I'm married
witches.
into a coven. I know about it. I know what's up with it. So it'd be like that.
The spaghetti. No, my favorite part is just that the authorities are like, please stop calling.
And there wasn't sauce either.
No, it was just wet, cold, naked spaghetti
My
in the
understanding
woods.
is it also fucked up one of the rivers or something too.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure it did.
Yeah, like it got into like this. It became sludgy and like got into like it like polluted a reservoir or something.
Now the authorities are saying that there were no lasting environmental bullshit. Like,
Which I mean, like you expect them to say that,
right.
but like again, like there's like, I mean, we got there's so much more to worry about. There's trains derailing everywhere. I don't know if I care about the pasta. Like honestly, it's either witches or some kids did it. I think some kids like are laughing their asses off right now. They just like, what if we went and bought like a shitload of pasta? I don't know. I feel like my accent is that going Boston a little bit. I think it was going.
You
Boston.
can go to the corner store. You can get a box of pasta for like 69 cents.
It's so cheap, and they're not gonna question it. Like if you go to a bodega in town, you take all the pasta, they're gonna be like, cool, ring it up, have a nice day. Looks like y'all are having a spaghetti party, huh? Some kids are just laughing their asses off right now.
Those kids could have been buying and or stealing cigarettes, and instead they're doing spaghetti pranks. So
that's right. Honestly, we should encourage spaghetti pranks.
Honestly, I'm proud of those kids.
That's right. Good for them. Good on them. We salute you. We salute you. Well, let's keep it on food here. So okay. Apparently there is like a legal, like it was like speaking of things that just do not matter. There's a legal battle going on because Taco Bell lives in their own fucking reality.
Yes.
They are literally suing for the right to use hashtag Taco Tuesday, which I did not realize actually belonged to a rival taco place, a rival Tex-Mex place called Taco John's. And I was like, who the fuck is Taco John?
We have Taco John's. I don't
you
think
have
I've
Taco
been.
John's. Okay.
Yeah. We have Victor's Tacos and we have Taco John's.
See,
and
I've only got Taco Bell.
And
no, we got a Moe's. We got a Moe's.
Yeah. And so is Moe's like your more authentic street taco? Because I think that's Victor Tacos.
It's heading that way. It's not quite there, but it's like it's going in the direction of.
Do you have like these white people chains in your area?
It's a white people chain.
Where it's like it's street tacos, but you get to build your own street tacos, and then they're also like, oh, we have Doritos will crumble on that, like.
Yeah, legitimately, like what sounds good, man. Like, no, we've got that, and then we've got like all like the little ones. Like, I think like we were actually one day for lunch. I was home early, and we were like, let's go on an adventure. Let's go to a place we've never been. Tacos sound good. We fucking found this like taco place, and like I think it was one of those things where I wasn't like we weren't supposed to be there.
Oh,
like it was one of those.
They
things
were laundering money.
I don't know if they were laundering money, but they definitely were like not expecting us to show up. But like it's like in the back of this like little Mexican shop in the downtown area, and it was. I mean, I thought it was really good. Like I got beef tongue and like a regular beef thing, and like they were just like, yeah, okay, but like it was definitely like one of those things where it's like, I don't know if you guys should be here like too much longer. So
one time
that was the vibe I got.
We have this wonderful Mexican restaurant downtown that used to be a gas station. And it still looks like a gas station on the outside. Still
kind of is a gas station, one could argue.
I mean, honestly, and I ordered the jumbo burrito, and the waitress tried to talk me out of it.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh no, it's so," and I was like, "No, I want the jumbo burrito
No.
because
See, that's the thing is like you could bring it home.
yeah, I want leftovers." I didn't know
Yeah, leftovers are the best.
it was as big as my arm.
Seriously.
Yeah, and so
Oh,
now everyone's laughing at me because I'm like, yeah, because I would have eaten a quarter of a real burrito, like a real sized
yeah.
burrito.
See, I would have probably eaten about half of that. Like
Yeah.
I would have gone to town on it, but like I don't know if I would have gotten through it.
The problem, I love burritos, but the problem is I need sides because I get bored halfway through.
Yeah, and especially with Mexican food because there's so much going on. Like there's so
Yeah.
much to like explore.
So Taco Bell's being petty and they're like,
Yeah.
we own hashtag Taco Tuesday.
No. They want to free it. They want to free it so everybody can use it. They want to use it. They want to be like
Oh,
hashtag Taco Tuesday, but they're like, that's like the only, it's like, but it's like, you got to respect them on some
Yeah.
level. They're like, you know what? I know the world's on fire, but I want Taco Tuesday in my commercials.
you know what?
We got tacos to sling. It's fast
Taco-
food.
Taco Bell is keeping KFC and Pizza Hut going, so we owe them nothing but thanks.
Exactly.
Let Taco Bell have what they want.
And actually, as far as KFC goes, I've actually become more of a Popeyes person lately.
Oh, I have a Popeyes. I've never been.
You should actually give it a try. It's not what you're expecting. Like my coworkers would started to get it, and I was like, well, I'll get in on that. Like the biscuits can be a little dry, but the chicken, solid.
You took it back to food. Can I take it back to the woods?
Yes.
Oh, in honor of Ghost, I'll do the international news.
I love it because he's not here to do it.
That's right.
Everyone shame him.
In Germany, a man had to be rescued from the forest after his sex games went awry.
Okay. Now, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what games he was playing.
Yeah.
I go right to Shiza.
This 51-year-old dude, which get it. Good for you.
Good for him. Like all about it, dude.
Kinky at large.
I hope that I am like halfway as virile as him at that age.
He met a lady on whatever the German equivalent of Tinder is.
Yeah.
He's like, meet me in the woods.
Okay, I've been fortunate enough to never have to use these apps. That's a pretty big red flag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It seems like it.
He was bound to a deer hunting platform. So not a tree, like one of those shelters that you hunt from.
Yeah.
Fully dressed, but bound.
So he bound himself.
No, the woman bound him.
Okay.
Got a phone call and went, "Oh my God, I have to go," and left him.
Stop it. That was the emergency call because you have your friend
yeah.
It's like if call me and if I answer, I have an out. But then if I ignore it, I'm having a good time or I'm dead.
Now, he had thought ahead because that's what you have to do when you're going to play sex games. You have to think ahead.
Gotta have a safe word.
But the way that he was tied up, he couldn't reach his knife. So he couldn't cut himself down. So he just had to scream until a hunter and a cyclist heard him in the woods and went to investigate.
Okay. Now put yourself in that position. Okay, you're walking through the woods and all you hear is German screaming coming from them woods. I'm not going in them fucking woods.
No, I've heard that fairy tale.
Yeah, I know how that ends, and it's not going to get me. This German guy screaming in the woods, and no, absolutely not. Absolutely, I'm sorry. I refuse to put myself in a position like that. I just no. I see the red flags, and you got yourself there. If you're really a person. And
then you show up, and someone's just tied up to a deer. I'm like, I don't know if I want to get involved here.
No, because it feels like if I start cutting you down, I am accepting the game that's being played. And the game being played seems like I'm about to be hunted because I've been lured out here. And I don't care for it.
You don't care for it. I don't have a safe word. I wasn't part of your sex games that have now gone awry.
Yeah, exactly. It's not my fault that your sex games went awry, but they've gone awry, and that sucks for you, buddy.
I will say that he was very respectful, and he wouldn't give up the identity or any identifying features of the woman who ditched him in the woods. But what a way to ghost someone.
Legitimately. Okay, so she got there, she was weirded out. and she just bounced and left that motherfucker hanging.
Yeah, probably.
Mhm.
Number one, like, bold to believe that maybe they didn't start in the woods. Maybe it started at coffee. Maybe it started at Arby's.
Yeah. Because if you go to, well, you just make sure you go to the right Arby's, otherwise there's gonna be a body in the freezer.
Correct.
But yeah, if you go and you meet there, and then like okay, I feel like I would still say first date though. That's got to be red flagging.
Right. You can't just be like, hey, I got like he was tied up with nylons and rope. Like, hey, I've got all this shit in my car. I was just wondering if you wanted to get like weird in the woods.
It's like I mean, like, okay. It's the Gene Simmons approach of like, I'll ask 20 people and one of them will say yes. So it's
Correct.
like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
But like,
play your name.
Yeah.
Play your numbers.
Play your numbers. Exactly. So, but like, wow. I'm just surprised they made it to the woods.
Yeah. Me too. Also, is he respectful, or do you think she was a sex worker and he was cheating on his wife?
Now that sounds likely too. Because like, if that, I mean, that could very well be the case that, yeah, we're playing this game and she robbed his ass and yeah, he got nowhere to go.
It does not mention that he was robbed, but that's what I would have done. Like, I'm going to tie you up. Okay, I'm taking your wallet.
I'm going to profit from this. I've been drug out to the woods by a weird German guy. I'm going to profit from this a little bit.
I can tell you're not going to tip.
Yeah, so, exactly. I'm going to get my tip.
So I'm just going to steal your wallet. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, bye.
Well, possibly your car. So
yeah, exactly. Almost definitely your car too.
Yeah.
All right. Now, speaking of like weird European sex things, so I've got a story about a Dutch guy that got cut off from the sperm bank.
No, you can't.
From the sperm bank. Now, the Dutch have laws. I didn't realize this, but the Dutch apparently have laws that like you can only do 25 children total with 12 separate women.
Okay.
This dude had 550 some. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go.
Well, I get that.
I might be aged out of festivals unless there's a box. Is there a like I don't know. I like that kind of festival. Like I don't know if I would go to Coachella.
Well, I don't like camping or smelly
that's what I mean.
people.
That's what I mean. Like I'll go to a show.
Yeah.
But, like I don't know. I don't want to do like I can do psychedelics at home. Like,
right. Can you get a hotel outside of Coachella and just drive in every day?
Dude, I don't
Can I Uber? Can I Uber to Coachella?
Oh my God, that'd be amazing though. Like if you just like came in some weird ass outfit and like just got in the Uber and
I've done that before for Halloween.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Well, Halloween though, I mean, I guess they would have to know that Coachella's in town.
I mean, you'd hope.
You would think. I don't know. I have no desire to do it, so like I don't want to go to Fire Festival too. I don't have any faith in Billy McFarland to pull it off.
The boldness to just repeat these things that we know do not work. Do you know that they're recreating the Titanic for the anniversary and they're going to take it on its voyage and then they're going to stop where it crashed and sunk and like pay homage to all of the ghosts in the ocean? And I'm like, that ship's going to get haunted. And that's on you.
A haunted ass ship. It's going to be like in Ghostbusters 2 when the Titanic shows up. Like you are. Why would you do that? And I guess the other side is like there's not going to be any icebergs. So
now is the time to do it.
That. Yeah, now's
global
the time.
warming.
Like, that's right. See, everything's got a silver lining.
Everything's got a silver lining. Now we can do the Titanic.
Jesus.
JD, what's the worst thing that you think a landlord could do?
Okay, so like I've started to notice they've tried to do this whole tipping thing lately, like where they want tips.
Who is tipping their landlord?
Dude, right? Okay, my landlord is fine. She's like older and like the price has remained like very fine. But like I'm not tipping her. But like that, I saw that was a thing of like landlords wanting to get tipped.
Landlords are crooks.
For the most part, yes, I completely agree. Like it's insane.
It's insane. So tipping, the audacity, I would have to rage. What about if you went to your homeowners association or the renting board or whoever you go to when your landlord's a dick.
Right.
And you say, I don't think my landlord should be charging me as much as he does because I have to watch him sunbathe naked in the courtyard in our common area every
Oh
day.
my God. Okay, so what is that worth though, as far as a discount? Like, okay, let's say it's 1,400 normal, which I know
Okay.
is like insanely low end. But
Hmm.
like then you find out that yeah, your view is your landlord's naked ass
All the
sunbathing.
time.
What is that worth a month?
Yeah, because think of your typical landlord.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, mine are older and no, no, no.
You know what? If you knock off 20 to 30%, I'm probably going to be happy.
Yeah, I would be fine with that. Like I would say if you can get 300 off a month,
Yeah.
I'd be fine with
I'm
that.
not saying that like it has to be half seas.
Right.
It's like an
But
hour to an 2 hour inconvenience to my day.
like here's the thing is like okay, I gotta get a little bit of monetary compensation. I gotta know he's gonna be cool when I do weird shit too.
Correct.
Because like
Correct.
we're the weird ones in our little development. Like so like I just gotta know, hey, you can sunbathe naked down there. I'm gonna do some weird shit too. Sometimes it's just gonna get weird.
Yeah. The German court, by the way, said no, he does not have to lessen your rent because you're uncomfortable about his penis.
So
Like,
they were literally like, no, bodies are beautiful. Okay. You
yeah,
should be so
bodies are
happy.
fine.
You should be
Oh,
so lucky to see
could
that your
could you
landlord
imagine?
naked.
Could you imagine the shit happening in Florida? Like the
Dude,
moms for Christ would come out. They'd
dude,
be all like,
it would
he's
all depend on who's doing it.
he's
It
making all of our kids gay or something. Like it would just be
yeah,
awful.
it would be something terrible like that. Dude, speaking of Florida, I didn't even have this one on my list. I had this as a backup. Did you hear what they're about to do? Like among the wild shit that these fucking people are doing. So like one of the new initiatives they're doing is they've got like I'm not even gonna get on to most of the political like
Uh-huh.
nonsense that they're doing because it's just ridiculous down there. But like one of the things that they're doing is they've got a radioactive waste problem, which like when I hear that, I was like, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that
Yeah,
checks. That
that's
tracks.
what's happening. That's what's
That
happening.
that tracks. But like instead of like properly doing something about it, they're gonna use it to pave roads. They're just gonna pave roads with toxic radioactive material. And it's like, do you guys think you could spare the brain cells with that? Like that's
Right.
not a
It's like
good idea.
it's like Florida doesn't care if they can read.
Well, I mean, they're banning books left and right. So
Well, that's
like
true too.
yeah,
I
reading is not on their top priorities list.
I have to believe that it's purposeful that they're all making us dumb.
I think so.
I think they're trying to make us lemmings. I honestly
Yeah.
think that they're just like, you're already all on Soma or Wellbutrin.
Mhm.
So now we just take away your ability to read.
Well, and here's the thing is like that's why booze has always been legal because it's a depressant and it gets you, it
Yes.
doesn't keep you thinking. It just most of the time it either makes you sleepy or angry. But like with weed and other things like that that have always been illegal, like that's the shit that opens people's minds and people are getting way
Stimulants.
more into that like and like having conversations and questioning the systems.
The
Like
system, man.
people are ready to bring the systems to a screeching fucking halt. And I think it's about fucking time. And like Florida is just out here just fighting this fight to like remain like in the past and fucked up. And it's just like, dude, why? And
Why?
like DeSantis, like again, we're not trying to get too political here, but like DeSantis, like have you seen the way that guy laughs? Have you seen that video?
Oh, I hate it. Oh God. Like
It's
the
like,
Crypt Keeper.
yeah, except not cool.
No, right. The Crypt Keeper was the tits.
I love the Crypt Keeper. I even put on the website on the under the host thing. If you combine Jack Black and the Crypt Keeper, that's who you get. You get me.
Yes. Last time I talked about Trump like it being likened to Jesus, right?
I think so. I think we've at least
Yeah.
had that conversation like off air.
Yes. So Trump was likened to Jesus when he was being indicted because they're like, they persecuted Christ
They
too.
persecuted Christ, and now they're persecuting me. I honestly though I get persecuted way better than Jesus. I don't have the holes in my hands. So I've never
Huge.
died. Never died.
Huge
So
prosecution.
huge.
So someone had to steal his thunder, and it's someone that I love to complain about. It's not on my list. I'm just going to tell the story from
Yeah.
memory. Chris Pratt was asked
Ugh,
how he felt about being either the least liked of the Chris's or all of the shit that's coming his way or whatever.
yeah,
And he said, you know who else wasn't liked by people?
don't.
Jesus Christ.
Stop it. Stop it. Andy Dwyer did not say that. Oh my God. This is why Chris Pine is like so much better.
In his silk pajamas.
Yeah, he just like he does his thing. Dude, he was amazing in the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Like he was
Amazing.
incredible in it. Like this is why like be like that Chris. Like if you got to be a Chris, why do
We
you
all
why?
we all just want to be Chris Pine.
Yeah, I like Chris Pine. He's cool. But
I
like
don't
why would you why like what point do you actually believe you've gone from Andy Dwyer
to Jesus.
to Jesus?
You know what's going to happen? He's going to be like that kid from Growing Pains and Kevin Sorbo and
Kevin Sorbo was a disappointment.
yeah, and you know, there's just like a litany of these really white, really privileged men who all of a sudden are only ever in movies about God
Yeah, yeah,
and
and like
making
well,
propaganda.
and like people that have already like kind of like are already like it's nothing that is gonna affect them at all. Like they're talking about like this whole thing about like Brett Favre. He started talking about like trans athletes and stuff, and he's like, you know, just like it's really scary because like you
It's
know
not.
it's really not, bro. Like it's not. But he's like it's gonna take opportunities away. It's like
It
I
won't.
don't think that's true. Like, I think you're also just like really looking way too far into a culture war issue, and honestly, trying to distract at the moment from the fact that you just ripped off a bunch of people in the South.
Mm-hmm. We so when we did the Still Comfy Remember the Titans
Yeah,
episode and I rewatched Remember the Titans,
I
it
fucking love Remember the Titans.
I love it, but it hit me what the problem is. And what we're seeing is it's with trans athletes too. It's just
Uh-huh.
that really fit sports playing white men just feel like they should not have to try out for their
Yeah,
team. They
yeah,
should just get to be there. But then if you have someone else who can actually match, if not exceed your talent,
right.
no.
And see, like I thought that was like the side, like the cultural side of like the best person for the job and all that shit. Well, it's like, okay, so it's like if you got outdone by a trans athlete, maybe you shouldn't have assumed that you could outdo a trans athlete. It's
Right.
like the whole thing of like the ringer, like when you remember that movie where he like
Yeah,
tries to infiltrate the Special Olympics, and then it's like, well, why did you think you could actually outdo us? Just because we're special doesn't mean you're actually gonna do better. And he got his ass kicked, and then he learned something.
that's right.
We can all learn
More
from the ringer.
moral icon Johnny Knoxville.
That's right. Honestly, though, like of the people that we have to work with, like I'm fine with Knoxville. Like,
Right. And I think by the right person for the job, I think you meant the white person for the job. That's what they're looking
exactly.
for on Brett Favre's team.
Yeah. Well, and Brett Favre, he doesn't even play anymore. So it's like,
Right.
why are you even weighing in, dude? Like,
Oh, because someone always got to be opening their mouth.
yeah,
Somebody
they
always got to
really
be opening
do.
their mouth.
They really do. And it's like one of those things where it's so easy not to. It's so easy. Just
It's it's so easy to go away. Just
it really
go
is. Or
away.
if you're not gonna go away, like, why do you gotta make the world worse?
That's what I would love to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Why?
since we did get into the political realm here, I do feel that I have to bring up something that made me happy because they are unhappy. Lauren Boebert, the one that was giving people all this like advice about
Hmm.
if your man wants to leave, chase Jesus because a man seeing his woman chasing Jesus, he'll chase her. It's like I don't know. First of all, what the fuck are you talking about? But she's getting divorced.
Of course she is.
And it's like, I want to know what was the straw that broke the camel's back on that one. Because like
Oh,
this guy.
Number one, he probably murdered his mistress or paid for his mistress to get an abortion or something. Like women who are always telling you, like, if you only prayed harder, they would stay. Those
Yeah.
are the women whose husbands are doing really seedy sex stuff behind your
Well, this
back.
is not even, it wasn't even behind her back. Like it was
Yeah.
legitimately like in a bowling alley. He like whipped his dick out to a bunch of 16-year-olds.
So there it is.
Like, and that's like that was before she even got into politics. Like that was like a thing. Like
Right.
I'm so fascinated by these like morons in Congress with this shit. Because like I looked into it. And it's like he first of all like he met her when he was in his 20s and she was like 16. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
that checks out. And it's like he got like into a fight with his entire neighborhood because his kid was being a dickhead and driving a go-kart up and down the street. And like they were like, can you stop doing that? And like he comes out with like he's drunk as shit, yelling at the whole neighborhood, like he's trying to fight the whole fucking neighborhood. And it's like this was all stuff that happened like a while ago. What was the straw for her?
I don't know. It just reminds me of that TikTok sound where it's Dr. Phil, again, another moral high ground kind of guy going, look at
Yeah.
the screen. Is that your man?
Is that
That's
your
your
man?
man? That's your man?
I'm
Okay.
gonna stand by him. I love that.
I'm gonna stay I'm gonna stand by him.
That's your man right there.
That's
That
your
right
man.
there. That's your man. So Lauren Boebert and her dumbass husband are unhappy, and that makes me happy.
You know what? I love building my happiness on the unhappiness of others, and that's why I've been so dedicated to this season of Vanderpump Rules.
I haven't watched that.
You know, there's just a cheating scandal happening, and it's with one of the dudes that I always said, I hate him. And everyone was like, he's not the worst one on the show. And I go, I guarantee you he is. And then I get to be right.
I love it. I love being right against
I love being
will.
right.
Against people's will, though, especially.
Mm-hmm.
I love getting to be petty. You got any more stories on deck?
No, a bulldog won a beauty contest, but it was 4 bulldogs. It's not like he beat out a bunch of beauty queens.
Now that
I just thought it was cute.
Though. If like a bulldog showed up at like the Miss America pageant, it's like, and it's like, no, you can't do it. You're a dog. You can't be the pageant winner. And she's like, I'm gonna be the pageant winner. And she's like, and she gets there, and it's like, music playing,
and Bilbo the bulldog won.
Good for her. Good for her. All right, I got one more to close out here because this is just the most typical thing of the internet. But so AI, I've talked about that a lot on the show, especially Apocalypse Watch episodes, which I don't really do the Apocalypse Watch anymore. I've kind of just like folded those into the current events that we do. But as with everything else on the internet, it's involving porn. So a Snapchat influencer, I don't know what a Snapchat influencer is, but I mean, I know what it is, but it's like, I love the way they put that because it's like, why don't you just say OnlyFans girl? Just say it. Just say OnlyFans girl.
Right. Of all of the places to be an influencer, I didn't think you could be one on Snapchat.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a thing. It's like we know where she's influencing, and good for her. I'm all about it.
And good for her.
Now, she decided to be smart. This is a smart chick. So what she did, she actually, because there's all the AI programs that you can just do shit with. Well, she designed one. Like she literally like is like, I'm gonna have one that like interacts with the fans a little bit, like that can do like the girlfriend experience and all this other kind of things like that, and like all for the paying members.
Yeah.
So it's like, so she's literally just like, I've created a digital employee. I'm gonna keep working on marketing. She's fucking brilliant. I love it. She's 23. First of all, that's amazing. But the problem is the AI that she created has apparently gone super rogue.
Oh.
Like, I didn't know a sex AI could do that.
Like the Megan movie.
Yes, except like imagine if like the Megan movie like entity or creation gleaned all of its like knowledge from like OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, from like sad perverts, just sad perverts.
So apparently, like all of a sudden, the people that were like in the that it was like working with or like doing stuff, like communicating with, it just started dropping all this like insane, over the top, sexually explicit shit. This robot just went full on, like I've watched all the porn, like that kind. And is just like laying it on these paying customers who are like, holy shit, that's got to be the most the stripper really liked me moment that these people have had. Like all of a sudden you're paying $5 a month and all of a sudden you don't even know you're talking to an AI and she's coming at you with all this insane shit. You're just like,
I feel like the guys who pay for the girlfriend experience also kind of want you to be virginal.
It's the Madonna whore complex.
It's the Madonna
Absolutely.
horror complex. So I just feel like if the poor little robot like got onto Snapchat and was starting
Yeah.
to be like, I'm gonna suck your dick while I'm also taking it in the ass or whatever.
Legitimately saying things like of that nature.
Right. That's how people get murdered because then they're like, not my girlfriend, not
Yeah,
Shelly.
like, yeah, exactly. You're talking like this dude who like never got out of like the basement of like the work from home thing that COVID caused. He's just sitting down there. He's like just in it's like this little studio basement apartment, and he's just like all day on the computer and just
Mhm.
like all this shit just going into his head, and he's just working this out. I'm paying $5 a month for this, and like it's like I really think there's something there. And then all of a sudden that happens. You're absolutely right. And he's like, but she's why is she being acting like a whore? Why is
Yeah.
my girl acting like a whore?
Not a
Like
whore.
a whore?
Because my understanding
Yeah.
is they want to say disgusting things to you, but they don't always want you to say disgusting things to them.
Which I do not get at all. I've never understood it.
It's a power
understood-
dynamic thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like you could find that power dynamic in way healthier ways though. Legitimately.
Honestly, I hope they start fucking robots. Like, give every incel a robot for free and let them start fucking the robots.
I'm kind of fine with that, but I also think that there should be a 50-50 chance. Like I think based on the way they've acted online, I think that the robot should still give them an STD. And I'm not joking. Like if
Yes.
it's like if you've been a total shithead
Yes.
and like that incel, no, you should absolutely get gonorrhea from that robot every time.
But when Penelope was having panic attacks and I was telling my sister, I was like, it's like when you wake up one day and your 14-year-old hates you and you don't know why.
Yeah.
And they're just violent about it. And my sister was like, because all of the 14-year-olds just need to masturbate because all of their hormones are like all built up and they're just angry and they don't know what to do with it. And so I was telling Penelope, I was like, just go in the bedroom and masturbate.
Just go rub the bean a little bit and you'll be fine.
So I feel like if incels were coming more.
Yeah. But you know what? That's also a little on them. They could be coming now. Like we live in a golden age of porn.
Right. We live in the golden age of coming. And for whatever reason, they have to degrade someone to do it.
Yeah,
so I just feel like if they were coming more, just like murder rates would drop. Crime would just eradicate itself
100%.
if they all get sex robots.
We need to absolutely save all this for the episode we're going to be doing on Tolerated about this, because like that needs like that's going to be happening. Because like, dude, it was the funniest thing. I did an episode on incels, and the ghost like he did a video on incels, and like you're like, let's do one on incels. I'm like we are just like attacking incels from like 3 different fronts, and I fucking love it.
Well, because I feel like if I talk directly to the incels, that they will dox me.
Dude, and that's like the most fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Like that you legitimately do have to worry about that.
But maybe if you came on my show as a man, they'd respect you.
No. They're going to call me a simp. They're going to call me a simp or a cuck. And it's like, okay, listen, dude, like you enjoy having a dry dick, okay? Because I don't know what that's like.
But just also good on that Snapchat influencer, OnlyFans entrepreneur for like literally figuring out why would I do this when the robots could do it.
100%. And here's the thing. She didn't shut it down. It's still active. Like she's tweaking it. She's literally like, oh, well, we got to fix that. Like this chick is going places. I can't remember her name.
She's fucking coding. Like,
dude, I think that's fucking incredible. Like honestly, like the old people that are in charge of the whole network and the whole system, they are not ready for that. They're not ready for that level of ingenuity and just like what we can do. And that's a Gen Z. That's a 23-year-old. Gen Z is going to fucking conquer the world.
Correct. And I
can't fucking wait.
Cannot wait.
I am so in Gen Z's corner. It's not even.
Yes. Just always perpetuating, like always telling them like, you are the sun. The boomers ain't shit.
That's right. Fucking love it. All right. Well, before we get out of here, where can everybody find you on the interwebs?
Yeah, just a reminder, I'm Natalie Katona, the host of To All the Men I've Tolerated Before, your weekly look at everyday misogyny. You can find the podcast at Men I've Tolerated Pod and on Instagram and on every podcast platform, including YouTube, every Thursday. And then you can find me on TikTok and on Instagram at NatalieK124.
I love it. And as always, the new home for Weird Wide is www.weirdwide.com. Again, you can find every episode that I've released. That's including all the ones that I've done with the ghost, all the ones that I've had with Natalie here. You can find all the episodes. You can sign up for the newsletter. That way you get episodes sent directly to you. I really need to start pushing people more towards that. So that's everybody's homework, is to sign up, subscribe to the newsletter so that you get episodes sent directly to you. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok as Dudist Weirdo. If you like what you're hearing, please consider leaving a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It does help visibility of the show. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. You can also email the show at weirdwidepodcast@gmail.com.
Comment, not only a compliment on a review or on a YouTube, but also send us your weird news.
Yeah, we want to hear it. Like if you got a weird story, we want
Like
to
hometown stories, like a
Yes.
hometown news, hometown legends.
Yeah, like I literally just did a local legend about the Bunny Man in Fairfax, Virginia. I want to hear other weird legends. I want to hear the weird shit that's in your town. I want to hear about your alien abduction, your ghost story. I want to hear it all. Send it to me. I will read it on the air. I fucking love it. I love all of you. Don't forget to tune in next week for more strangeness. Until then, keep it weird.